this what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you? Or
What does that mean? You're the chief of police of our nation's capital, which has the highest murder rate, homicide rate that absolutely compounds and surpasses any third world country. I mean, that's an actual fact. Look up the statistics. I've done the research. The White House has done the research. The administration has done the research. And you were asked a question that a third grader knows the answer to. You don't know what mind you, this is not the PR lady or the public relations officer or a deputy or a rookie. This is somebody who has been on the force for over 25 years. She was hired as the chief of police back in 2022. And you want to know what her title was before that? Here's a big shock. Bum, bum, bum. She was the chief equity officer. Here it is again.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services and our home rule.
That's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, that's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, that's what the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
You can see Mayor Muriel Bowser come in to save her because she knows. That was desperation. Did you see what the mayor just did? Cutting in there. Oh, no, don't. Let's not let the world find out that you're the worst DEI hire, that everything we've been doing for the last 16 years since Obama sowed these seeds of dissent and division and segregation and racial hustle. Let's not let them find out. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I keep saying time and time again. DEI didn't earn it. It is antithetical to the Constitution. It is antithetical to the laws of meritocracy and man and fairness and objectivity. It is literally racist and discriminatory in nature. This is why I keep calling it the worst contagion, parasitic idea to ever afflict our great society ever. Ebola has nothing on this. COVID has nothing on this. This is so systemic and it has bled into every artery of our lives, and the damage is literally immeasurable. We have a capital of the greatest nation man has ever known, where people can't even feel safe walking down the street. I want to share this with you. You want to know how bad it is in Washington, D.C.? Check this out. This is a sign that a lady put on her car in downtown Washington, D.C., asking for their car not to be broken into for not twice, not thrice, not four, a fifth time. To me, this sign encapsulates everything that's wrong with what's happening in not just Washington, D.C., but in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and a lot of major cities in America, where these most of them, big shock, are blue run. Most of them, big shock, run by Democrats who don't give a rat's ass about you, me, who are fighting federal agents, fighting ICE, fighting law enforcement, and fighting for criminal, illegal gangsters and thugs. The note reads, there is nothing of value. It just breaks my heart. The note reads, there is nothing of value in this car, only restaurant supplies, plus broken dreams. Please don't break the windows for a fifth time. Let me read that again. My God, this is so tragic. There is nothing of value in this car. This poor, poor woman. Only restaurant supplies plus broken dreams. That broken dreams part really hits hard. Please don't break the windows for the fifth time. Fifth time. Not second, not third, not fourth, but fifth time. And these Democrats are fighting against Trump, deploying federal troops and taking over DC's law enforcement to make sure that it's safe for people. I've been dying to take my kids to our nation's capital. I've been dying to take them there. They've never been. They've never seen the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the history, the prestige, the legacy. It's all being polluted and ruined because we have rampant crime. And this is indicative of every major metropolitan city. The lawlessness in California, the lawlessness in Chicago, the lawlessness in New York City. If we don't put a stop to this, can you imagine if Kamala would have won? If we don't put a stop to this, how can you fight against this? Should be a 100% bipartisan, forget politics, actually serve the American public. This should be across the board. How can you be opposed to stopping violent crime? How could you be opposed to law and order? How could you be opposed to making Americans safe, for making our cities safe, for having them flourish again? How could you be opposed to that? I mean, somebody explain it to me. Let me know in the comments. How could you be opposed to that? Here's a clip of Timu version of Joyless Reed on MSNBC telling Morning Joe when he asks, you don't think police make streets safer? Listen to her response here, and then come on back. I'm going to play for you the most powerful indictment to what's going on. And I think one of the greatest stories President Trump has ever told about his father in relation to what's happening in Washington, D.C. But check this out first.
You don't think more police make streets safer?
No, Joe. I'm a black woman in America.
I just don't. I mean, do I even really need to comment on any of this garbage that was just spewed by this wholly unqualified, ridiculous excuse of a political pundit? Do you think that having more police, which statistically, mathematically, it's been proven in every single case since the dawn of time, do you think that actually adding more police on the streets, you don't think that makes people feel safer? No. Her first response, I'm a black woman in America. What the? You notice this? Everything's about race. Everything is about race. Oh, they want to take black and brown people off the streets. That's the narrative. Whenever there's an attack, that deal that happened in Cincinnati, that couple, and don't get me wrong, whatever they did to incite that, if they use slurs, shame on them. But did that woman deserve to be knocked out cold downtown in Cincinnati by a man? Of course not. Absolutely not. Why didn't that story get widespread coverage? Because it didn't fit the narrative. Everything is about race. You're picking up people off the streets, innocent brown and black people. The white man is... Do you feel safer? No, I'm black. Why? What on God's earth? If you're black and you're watching this right now, and I hate even saying that because it doesn't make an ounce of difference to me. To me, there's two kinds of people in the world. Either you're a good person or you're a jerk. I don't care. And that comes in every package, every color schematic, every pigmentation known imaginable. That's the only way I judge people. Are you a good person or are you a jerk? Period. But if you're black, African American, however you want to identify yourself, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to, presume. Do you think that takes into account on whether or not you can walk down the street and feel safe, that having more of a presence of security and law enforcement is indicative and contingent upon something as arbitrary and random as skin color? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm just losing it and I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's very, very possible. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. There's a pattern here. Pattern recognition is a powerful trait. There's a pattern here. Lowest approval rating of all time. Fighting law enforcement. Total consumption and hatred of one man, Donald Trump, who has literally, in the words of disgraced pundit MSNBC Chuck Todd, I don't think I've ever seen another president, quote, this is a quote from Chuck Todd, I don't think I've ever seen another president have this much impact on America since FDR. Your own ally, your own peeps are saying this about Trump. Your consumption of hatred for one man has usurped your duty, your obligation, your oath to the Constitution to serve the American public. You need help and you need it bad. Okay, I saved the last clip. This is beautiful. I think you're going to love this. Even Elon Musk commented on X, well said, Mr. President. Listen to our president, our commander-in-chief, give a beautiful anecdote as to why it's so important that our nation's capital is safe. As if It's 2025. I really need to say this out loud that we have to have a nation's capital that is actually pristine and safe and devoid of crime. It's nuts that I even have to say this, but listen to this story. I promise you, it's worth every second. Listen to it in full.
He said, you know, my father always used to tell me, I had a wonderful father, very smart, and he used to say, son, when you walk into a restaurant and you see a dirty front door, don't go in. Because if the front door is dirty, the kitchen's dirty also. Same thing with the Capitol. If our Capitol's dirty, our whole country is dirty, and they don't respect us. So it's a very good question.
I don't know how you don't love this man. More good news. Let me know what you thought of that beautiful story, by the way. More good news. And he's absolutely right. His dad is absolutely right, because I've actually even worked in hospitality in my 20s. I had a catering business. In my late 20s to early 30s, I ran a catering business, and believe me, I saw it all the time. It is completely 100% accurate what he just said. Not only is Trump, this guy is making deal after deal, 7 peace deals, global trade, reorienting the U.S. geopolitically. He has to do the job of these despicable DEI hires who fight more for criminals than they do for you and me. The guy works tirelessly and ceaselessly. And as a California native, this next clip, and our state is worth saving, even though we have the worst scum of the scum running it, and the most incompetent, grossly incompetent people running it. It is worth saving. Listen to what Trump says about Los Angeles and Mayor Karen Bass and the poor people who suffered the worst fire disaster in LA history. Watch.
And you see what's happening now. They didn't give their permits. I went to a town hall meeting. I said, we're going to get you the federal permits, which are much harder. Almost immediately, Lee Zeldin is a star. He did an incredible job. They have all their federal permits. They don't have their city permits. And the mayor said to me, we think we could have them in 2 years. I was walking down the street, and I met with firemen and police. And I was saying hello to many people that were standing in front of their homes with yellow tape. You can't go in. You can't go onto the lot. And those people wanted to start rebuilding their homes then and there. And the mayor said, we should be able to get them the permits within 2 years. I said, that's a shame. 2 years? Are you kidding? I'm going to get them the federal permit like almost immediately. 2 years. And she drew it back. Well, maybe 1 year. The place was booing her out of the place. They don't have their permits to build their homes. And now they're talking about putting, this is among the most beautiful areas in the country. Now they're talking about putting low-income housing there. Can you believe this? I love low-income housing. I made money with low-income housing. I built low-income housing. I know more about low-income housing and luxury housing. I know about everything real estate. They want to replace some of those homes with low-income housing. They haven't gotten their permits yet. We've gotten all the federal permits, which are much tougher to get, and it was done almost immediately through Lee Zeldin and Federal Environmental. And I watched the other day, those people are angry. And now, you know, they had they loved that area. They loved the whole big area, different places, but they loved it. It was all luxury stuff and beautiful stuff. And some wasn't that luxury, but the level of love for that neighborhood, their neighborhoods, was incredible. And you know what? I watch people on television, they want to go, they want to leave. They've lost their spirit, they've lost their heart, because the mayor's incompetent. And Gavin Newsom is incompetent. He's got a good line of bullshit, but that's about it. He's incompetent. And you have Los Angeles is, you know, it's amazing. You know, the first thing I did, I got the Olympics to go there. I was the one that got it. And by a rare thing that happened, I'll be the president. I was very upset because I got the Olympics there, and I said I won't be president when it comes. But bad things happened, and illegal things happened, really illegal things happened. Now it turns out one good thing was I'm going to be the president for the Olympics for 2050, for 250, which is going to be fantastic, and also for the World Cup. So we have a lot of good things, and I hope 250 is going to be the 250th anniversary is going to be the best. But when I looked at those people, and I saw last night on television that they still don't have their permits, it's a disgrace what's happened in Los Angeles.
God bless this man. We are so lucky, America. We are so lucky. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it ad infinitum. I've been through, tons of presidential elections through my lifetime. And, you know, I've never said this before about an election. The last election was the most consequential of this great democratic republic, and we are very lucky. He's been doing deal after deal after deal, and now he has to do their job. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear from you. Help make this video go viral. Our mission here is to make common sense go viral. Tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing. You can even do it with your TV remote. Do it right now, please. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.